Ooh, my darling, got me working day and night. All right. All right, y'all. Today's stream. I'm about to make me something to eat. I got some ground meat. Check my sound. Check my sound. Sound good, right? Yeah, I'm about to make me some ground hamburger. All this stuff come off our farm too, right? My wife made me these breads right here. These are some yeast rolls. This some of our meat harvested and grown here. Also, the seasonings are now back in stock. I need to go on there and put them back in stock. 1 second. We just got them back in. Just got them bottled today, fresh. So let me go on here and set it up. But we just got these back in stock, and I'm gonna do a 20%. I'm gonna do a 20% sale for everybody who missed the sale. And let's do this right quick, y'all. Inventory. Let me add this back. Okay. So I got I'm gonna sell 100 of them right quick. That's what I say we have. Um, Save, and I'm gonna do a 20% off on this, right? Because y'all, let me see. I'm gonna do 20% off on the Amen Somebody seasoning because a lot of y'all missed it last time. So let me create it. Mm. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I'm about to create a sale for the Amen Somebody season. We got them back in stock now. Let me get my camera right. Yeah, so we got the Amen Somebody seasoning back in stock. So, and I'm gonna do a 20% off sale for y'all, for everybody who missed. But I'm about to make me something to eat. I'm about to make something to eat. Hold on, let me do this sale right quick, guys. Let me do this sale. Log in. Not now. I'm letting that skillet get hot. This about to be a little smash burger, quick little smash burger. Big old ball right here. I'm gonna cut it in half. I think that's too big. Let's see. I'm gonna make two of them, and I'm gonna smash them right quick. Hold on, right quick, y'all. I already seasoned the meat. I seasoned the meat last night, and then just smash them down with this joker right here. It ain't gotta be perfect. It's just me. That works. Cool. So let me do a quick sale for the seasoning. I have 100 of them, y'all. Let me create one. I tried to do it on my phone. I can't create one on my phone. We're gonna do amount of product. It's gonna be automatic discount, y'all. All right. All right. We're gonna do a 20% off because you guys all right. So let me find the specific product. All right. 1 second, y'all. I'll be back on camera in a minute. Okay. Save. All right. All right. So the Amen Somebody seasoning is back in stock and I got it at 20% off. Go to our site and buy it. And it's so many of you guys who were trying to pick it up when we had the sale going. You guys bought so many so fast. I didn't think they were gonna sell that fast. So I'm gonna honor that now, so you can get it freshly bottled, fresh in the bottle. So I'm about to make me a. Hey man, this thing's sticking, boy. It ain't too bad. It's sticking a little bit. Yep. I'm gonna put them on these buns right here. My wife made. Let me see if anybody. That way I could tell you thank you in real time. Anybody buy while I'm online, I'm gonna tell you thank you in real time. Okay. So I can see. So the season back in stock, 20% off. Go to the website, LarryTeresa.com, and pick it up. Let me see. Amen to that hamburger. Hey y'all, California. What's up, Laura? How you doing? Um, good morning, Regina. Um, I see my people my I see the I see the doggone trolls are already on my kick. Oh yeah. Yeah, this thing is it's sticking a little bit. Let me taste it though. Oh, it's seasoned though. I like spicy food. So I put cayenne pepper in it. My wife don't really like spicy food too much. Whoa. Hey man, I don't know what happened though. Let me get this out of here. That was bad. That was a bad egg in there. Hold on. Yeah, I think that was one of them cartons that I posted threw away. Hold on. Yeah, that was one of them. My bad. I picked up one of them old cartons. I don't eat shit. Split them, blew up everywhere. I'm trying to burn the burger though. All right, so these good eggs right here. Here's what I'm gonna do. Move that to the side. Can't waste that. Okay. Let's see what happening with these eggs right quick. Ah, the shell got in there. Doggone shell in there. I don't want no crunchy burger. They're gonna probably stick too, ain't it? Uh-huh. Well, hot, boy. I'm gonna do this bread right quick. She made it for me last night. Late last night, too. Y'all know what I need to do, though? I need to pull these bad babies apart. Nice. Now, I'm gonna do it like this. Put in some of that beef, that whew, some of that doggone grease. Yeah, this for me. Egg sticking, thugging it, boy. Burger right. And the goal is not to have to wash that many dishes. So I'm trying to keep this as clean as possible, y'all. Look like you look like more of your chicken handler than an egg handler. That right. So it's not a sale code, Sheila. Just go to LarryTeresa.com. It's not a sale code. I'm gonna have them at 20% off until the 100 sale. Tina, it's not a sale code. It's LarryTeresa.com. LarryTeresa.com. I'm gonna put it in here. LarryTeresa.com, guys. It's LarryTeresa.com. Just click the link, LarryTeresa.com. Go in there and buy go in there and buy it's 20% off. It's gonna be 20% off until they get sold. I'm about to use the Lumifoil though. This thing hot, boy. Let me cut it off. It's just me though, so I ain't really worried about, when it's just you make it do what it do. Dang, that was a good piece of meat. I ain't gonna let that. Oh, darn it. I'm about to do a hamburger with an egg on it. You feel me? It's LarryTeresa.com, guys. Just go on there. Get your order now. I'm telling you. Before everybody buy them up. Like last time. Get your order now. Man, these flies playing games, man. For real. Hold on. Chase that egg right there. And the good thing is, I grew all this stuff. Y'all see these onions right here? I grew these onions too. Look at these onions. They still alive, man. I'm gonna put them in some water and see if they're gonna live. Need to throw one of them on this doggone hamburger. Hold on. I'm gonna throw one of them on this hamburger. I'm gonna rinse this mug off. I'm gonna do the top. Hold on, y'all. I done let doggone flies attacking my stuff. Dang it. Man, let me get up out of here, man. Darn it. I don't know what I was thinking about. Hold on, y'all. Let me sit right here and eat my food. It is what it is. That's where I'm sitting at. This my workstation. Y'all see? It is my workstation right now. Let me see what's happening. Bro said, I inspire you. Good deal, brother. Good deal. I strive to help people, right? Come on, flies. Has anybody ever found the reason why flies exist? Mosquitoes exist. Why do they exist? All right, hold on. I'm about to bite into this boy. I'm gonna stay here and answer y'all question too. Amen to that burger. Y'all feel it? Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I'm trying to be great, but oh yeah, this all this. I grew the eggs here, the beef here, the pork we got from my neighbor right across the fence line farm, and the bread. My wife freshly milled the flour, like she grind it up. She use wheat berries, no sugar. She hooked it up. Jennifer Smith, hey. This breakfast right here. Yeah, I ain't eating none in the morning. Yeah, go to LarryTeresa.com. They 20% off, y'all. Larry Teresa, LarryTheresa.com. And get your orders. Hey, the fly, man. Hey. Man, them flies, they ain't playing. What the old preacher used to say? I don't know. The burger is cow and pig meat. Hey, if you gonna order, you need to go ahead and do your order. And I'm telling you, because I ain't did no videos yet. You need to go ahead and get it, because I'm gonna get ready to do a video, and they're gonna buy them. I just wanted all my people who do my live stream with me get a chance to get it first if they want to buy them. If you don't want to buy them, that's fine. No, but look, I just put that onion. I got off one of my plants on him. Now that's good. That right there, that did something for it. Yeah, it turned out good, y'all. Especially these flies. Especially with these doggone onions. Man, these jokers just done rampage, man. Yeah, these onions are, hey, a lot of people don't know about the tops of the onion. And the tops of the onion, they better than the onion part. You add me. Come on, flies. Let me tell you something I ate this past year. Fresh off somebody's place, though. I've had it before, but I never ate it off somebody's place. Some gator. I ate fresh. I ate fresh alligator off somebody's place. It was so good. That truck 2006, man. Got that LBZ in them. Yeah, that truck of 2006. 6.6 LBZ. Allison Trans. I like it. I need to put it in the shop, get some work done to it. But it's tough. It's a tough truck. I ain't gonna do no tuning or nothing like that. I'm gonna do it just a regular. When I ain't gonna do no tune because you'll blow the motors up trying to tune, trying to get too much out on. Forget all that. I ain't trying to race. I just want a nice, strong truck. I'm gonna put it in the shop though, and I gotta get some work done to it. Thank you, Don. Yeah, it's a big old truck, man. It pulls, but it needs some work. The people I got it from, they just neglected it, and it's truly a farm truck, to be honest. Will say I'm working on getting my land, bro. Gotta get it, man. Just do it. It ain't no easy way out, my friend. You just have to do it. Ain't no easy way out. We got to pull the trigger and figure it out. But if you try to figure it out, like if you try to have this great plan before you do it, a lot of times we talk ourselves out of it because the path ain't clear. It's not clear. And then it's always fear of the unknown. What if, you know? What if this happened? What if that happened? You know what I mean? I understand how that go. I do. I know how that go. I'd be lying if I told you that I ain't never been like that. I'd be lying. But the truth is, I have been like that. And sometimes you just have to dive off the cliff. Thank you, Tina. Thank you. Tina got her some. She saved the 20% off. Good deal. Thank you, ma'am. You too lazy for that life, yeah. I feel that. Yeah, this ain't a life for the lazy, buddy. At all. Especially mess around talking about getting some animals. Oh no. Let me tell you something. Them animals, boy. Animals ain't no joke. But it's like we sign up for. Let me take the camera down so y'all can see my face, right? I ain't want y'all all in my face while I was eating, though. Make sure my camera right. Make sure it ain't crooked, y'all. I'm the cameraman, the talent, I'm everything. Yeah, I'm everything. But that's all good though. Could be doing something else. All right. I'm about to knock off this last one right quick. I could have did a better job. I could have. But low-key hungry, I don't know what. Well, I'm trying. Tina, I seen it. Amen, somebody. Good deal. I'm glad. Yeah, if you don't move your feet, you literally don't eat. Absolute truth. Mm-hmm. Gotta get up and that's why I said, this farm life, the homesteading life, it's been romanticized. The people on social media have kind of made it where it's like it's romanticized. Now, not to say, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful thing when you got it going right. But the wrong times, something else. But it's all right. I don't have no complaints. The only thing I wish I would have did different is I wish I would have had information on the front end. I didn't have enough information. So that's why my passion is to share information with y'all. Because when I first started, I just had a hope and a prayer. And what you're gonna notice is there gonna be so many different versions of information that you get in the beginning. There's gonna be so many people trying to tell you how to do things differently that you're not gonna know what's the real way to do it. Like you'll be trusting one person and they'll be talking like they got good sense. And then you'll regurgitate what they say to somebody else, and somebody else will be like, man, that ain't right. You know what I mean? And then what that person say, you'll regurgitate to somebody else, and they'll say, well, both of them told you weren't right. You just don't know who to follow. Mm-hmm. So that's been one of the biggest things about this journey. You don't know who to follow. You don't know if a person just trying to tell you what they want you to know for their benefit, or they just simply don't know, you know? I've had so many people give me advice that don't work. Not for me, but let them tell it it's working for them. So for me, man, I'm just doing what I'm doing. But I try my best to help y'all. I try to tell y'all stuff because we gotta have somebody to go forward and do the stuff and figure it out. So when we talked about the land clearing and all that stuff, I'm just telling y'all based on what I learned. You know what I mean? I'm not telling y'all based on what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. But you may do something completely opposite of what I'm telling you, and it still work. And that's the thing, man. You know, I don't think it's one way to do this. It ain't. It's a beautiful thing, you know. Coming from the city, you know. I come from the city, man. Grew up around there with concrete and lights. You know, we thought the country was Lithonia. Yeah, my daddy moved to Lithonia, but we thought that was the country. For real. Yep. And I'm just trying to stream every day. I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm on Twitch, Kick, Facebook, YouTube. I gotta set up my IG. But every day I'm just trying to stream something and just be out here on some. I'm in the middle of South Georgia. So y'all can see what I'm looking at. So y'all can see my view, you know? The city is done. Yeah, I don't know. Really and truly, The city for people who want to have fun, who like all that congestion. The city who want to go to all them different restaurants. And like the worst thing I always hear somebody say is, it ain't nothing to do like a little kid. You know, you got so many people, adults still operating on that ain't got nothing to do stuff. They want to go out, and ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, if that's what they want. But I grew up in that. So that's old. That's old, man. Like all the different locations and the restaurants and all of that. Old, man. Yeah. Ain't nothing exciting about that to me. I'm riding around in an old truck. I'm about to buy a new motor for this truck. Motor clacking. Got a knock to it. I'm gonna ride into it. Just can't go no more. I'm about to buy a new motor. But in the city, man, I couldn't ride around that regular truck, man. For real. You stop and go traffic. For real, man. When I was in the city, man, I had more payments than I had anything. We're doing it though, boy. I'm talking about we're doing it. I'm for real. We're doing it, bro. I'm talking about I ain't just saying that. We stayed downtown. Or we stayed in Buckhead. We stayed up there in Buckhead, brand new facility. Ate out every night. Every night. Every day we ate out. Swiped the Amex for everything. I had a bid in Amex. Swiped it for everything. For real. Only thing I ain't swiped it for was for my booze. Cause I just used it as write off. Anytime we took lunches together at work, tax deduction. When we was at home, I tried to keep my two spending separate, but I just went to work every day at my office, came home, went to the liquor store. I'm talking about we're drinking like a fish too. Drinking like a fish. Tina said, I'm from North Carolina, but you live in Texas. I would like to know how to start a homestead in Texas. Any advice? Well, you got to remember, homesteading is not about size. It's about ingenuity. So let's say you stay in a community, or let's say you got a house right now and you sitting on 1.5 acres. Now, as long as you're able to, because what happens is now because of this new homesteading thing, you got a lot of these cities are passing ordinances, and they're saying you can only have so many animals. Like you can't have no roosters, but you can have hens. You can't have nothing but 2 sheep, 2 goats. You know, the people are doing it. So my first advice for you to be is find out what the ordinances are where you're trying to go. See, I live way back in the woods. Like I live back in the country, man. Like way back in the woods, y'all. Dirt road, pine trees, and you know. So I stay way back in the woods. So for me, it ain't pretty much anything we can't have or do. Hold on, let me make sure this off. This thing smell like it's still hot. It ain't pretty much anything we can't have or can't do because who coming back here? You know what I mean? Ain't nobody coming back here. You know, but hold on, y'all. This thing's still on. I'm gonna just cut the gas off. Burning down. But I would say if you're getting ready to think about starting a homestead, the first thing you need to understand, and I need to really make this point. The first thing you need to understand is what is the point of a homestead. Don't confuse a farm and a homestead. Okay. So I'm gonna explain the difference. The farm is a business. We run it off a business. It's 24/7. We running cows, we running sheep, we running goats, and we selling them and we making money and we running a business, right? But if you're just gonna do a homestead is not about business. It's about supplying food for yourself, right? So, self-sustainability. That's what homesteading is about. self-sustainability. So if you understand what you're trying to do, then you can approach it in the right manner. So if you're trying to do farming, like you're gonna try to create a business out of the land using animals, using crops, then you have to buy accordingly. So when I'm talking about homesteading, that's why I always make sure we getting clarity about exactly what's trying to be accomplished. You get what I'm saying? The homesteading is all about self-sufficiency. You just want to supply food for yourself and your family, self-security, food security, right? So you can do that on 1 acre. You don't need no 15 acres to have a homestead. So that's why I always say that. If this the point I'm trying to make, I say that because I don't think people are clear about what they're trying to do. So we see the animals, it's exciting, but if you just really pretty much want a petting zoo and want to have food for you and your family, then you don't need a lot of space to do that. Like you could do that on 1 acre, 2 acres, you could do that, right? And you can get real creative with 2 acres. Um, I make sure I clarify that too up, man. Like if you're just trying to generate food, a little money, for yourself, meat, you want to sell meat and you just trying to generate money, you could do that with 2 acres. You could have a paddock where you rotating all your sheep, and you'll be good to go. So if you're gonna do it for just for homesteading purposes and food, make sure you do sheep. Don't do goats. Don't do goats. If you're gonna do goats, you could do a small number of them. The reason why is because goats have horns on their head. They get their head caught in stuff. They do crazy stuff. Whereas sheep are more like cows. They're cool. So I wasn't an advocate of sheep in the beginning. I was an advocate of goats. I always felt like goats were better. But having a herd of sheep now, it's no comparison. I'm telling you, it's no comparison. When you get the right sheep, they don't even, you don't even have to touch them. Like you literally don't have to go out there. And there's one of them laying there done. So be clear about what you want to do, y'all. If you want to do a homestead, then you don't have to buy a lot of space. Now for farming, if you're trying to farm, then yeah, you need some space, man. That's when the 50 acres come in at, the 100 acres come in because you're farming those acres. You taking you got 10 acres of corn growing right here. You got 10 acres of alfalfa growing. You have 3 acres of this growing. You have sweet potatoes growing. So yeah, but most people I don't think they clear about what they want, like what they trying to do it for. So me, I'm straight up homesteading, but I'm trying to get off into the farming somewhat with the meat, growing out my animals, because I feel like I got a nice little small ecosystem set up to where especially once the grass grow, is I need to fertilize it, but it's coming along, but it's nowhere near like it's gonna be once I get that grass fully established and it grows and I can put my animals 100% on my grass and I don't have to buy hay, I don't have to buy feed, and I'm talking about a healthy grass. Remember, all grasses are not the same. Just because your animals eating grass don't mean they gonna gain. So you literally have to put your animals on the type of grass or type of forage that gonna make them gain weight and make them, even if it don't make them gain weight, it will help them sustain their weight, right? You don't want to put them on that and they eating, but they just shriveling up. So I came out here this year and I planted some millet and some cowpeas for my goats. The cowpea is gonna be the protein. The millet just gonna be the forage. So we're gonna put them out there. And this is my first crop that I'm putting on the ground. And I did a pasture mix in my big field last year, which was cool, but we didn't get a lot of rain. I did rye as well. So for me, I'm trying to switch over into the farming, but I don't have irrigation in my field, so everything is predicated off of if the doggone rain. We haven't really got that much rain this year, so we've been slow on the grass. But once I get my grass established this year, if everything happening like they say is gonna happen with the rain, then I think this year will be a good year for me with my animals, with my grass. I can rotate them out, put them on this field, that field. We can grow them, and then you got less inputs, meaning you ain't got that much money tied up in them. But right now, I got a bunch of money tied up in mine because I've been having to feed them because I ain't had no hay. I don't grow my own hay. The grass ain't been growing because it ain't been raining, so it's been tough. Let me see. So yeah, Walter said I inbox you. I just started my farm and I was trying to buy some of your goats. When you get time, inbox me back. All right, Walter, man. Let me do it right now while I'm online, man. I'm sorry. I get a lot of inboxes, right? So charge it to my head and not my heart. Let's go on here. Your name is Walter. Let me search my messages. I got a lot, bro. Walter Burris. The name not even coming. Oh, hold on. RRUSS. Let me see. Okay, you're a truck driver? Are you a truck driver? I'm not sure. Let me see your picture, bro. You standing there with a... Oh, I got you. You drive trucks, right? Okay, I got you. All right. Let me make sure. All right, so I just sent you a message. Let me know if that's you. But I didn't get anything, man. What did you message me at? Somebody said we live them names on YouTube be throwing me off because they ain't just regular names. We live in Arizona. Our summers get up to 120. How do we keep our chicken cool? Trees, but ain't no trees, right? I don't know. You know, but chicken are hardy, man. You know, chicken are hardy. You know, I would ask the locals. Now it gets not 120 down here, but we'll see a 105 now. You know. All right, I just messaged you, Walter. Respond, man. I might have messaged you from my personal page. You respond, tell me what you're trying. Yeah, I messaged you from my personal page. Just check it out and see. But I don't know, like how you keep them cool in 120 degrees. For real, that's a good question. You probably have to build something. You know what I mean? Because I think the shade is the main thing, right? That they ain't standing out in that shade baking. I mean, in that sun baking. You need some guidance. What you need, just tell me. We on. I just messaged you. Let me know what you're trying to do, man. I mean, I'm sitting here. So if you got any specific questions, that's the purpose of the live, man. I'll try my best to help, you know, answer some questions. But yeah, I don't know what you should do. I would say trees, but y'all in the desert, right? So there's no trees. I gather. I don't know. I never lived in the desert. I've been out there, but I remember seeing cactus plants and stuff like that, you know. But I think if it was me, I think the cheapest way I would do it is I would put some posts in the ground, right? This is what I would do. I put some posts in the ground, 4 or 5 posts in the ground. I probably do 8 posts. Put them in the ground, and then I put some shade on top of it. You get what I'm saying? So they can always have some shade, almost like a what they call it, a pergola, almost like that. Plenty of water out there, but I don't know how you do it. But I would ask them people out there, like how they do it. If you got people who have chicken, because boy, that's a oven right there. Because can you imagine at 120 degrees how hot it'll be inside? Now I got a chicken coop that sit under a couple of trees and they have a roof on them. You know what I mean? That's what I have. So my chicken coop has a roof on it, and it sit under a couple of trees. So I made sure the trees stay there. So it's a lot of shade. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would think the main thing would be shade and water, getting the shade to them in the water. And yeah, I think so. That would be the main thing. If it was me, I'd just be trying to make sure they got as much shade and as much water as possible, that they can get out. But one thing about them animals, man, that I learned, them jokers smart, man. They smart. They not dumb. They not dumb. Yeah, they not dumb at all. Let me see. Let me see, Walter. I don't have no message from you, but I may do. Okay, Walter. Yeah. Now, Walt, I just sent you a message. So whatever you want to ask, I'm free to open. Ask. I will give you some information, but the research portion of it gonna be on you. The reason why is because the information that I'm giving you, Walter, is for me in my area, my land. So it's like somebody trying to tell you how to grow crops on your soil. They can tell you how to grow crops on their soil. They can't tell you how to grow crops on your soil because they don't understand the shade conditions. They don't understand the soil makeup. They don't understand. It's so many different variables when it comes to growing a crop that you can't just bust out and tell me all you got to do is put a little lime in there. It may not work for you. You may put a bunch of lime in there. You may put the exact amount of lime they tell you to do. So the best advice is go get a soil sample. Go get a soil sample. I don't know how it is in your state, but in my state, when I go get a soil sample, they ask what type of crop you trying to grow. I tell them what type of crop I'm trying to grow, and when they do the soil sample, they come back with a report basically on the condition of the soil and what I need to do to get these type of crops that I want to grow. So that's the best advice. You see what I'm saying? So I can give you some general information, and when I say general, I mean very general information. If you want to know about type of goats, my preference are the Savannahs and the Boers. I lean towards the Savannahs more because they get bigger faster. But the Boers will do too. The Savannah babies get bigger faster, but the Boers will work too. You know, if you can't get any Savannahs, get some Boers. Kiko, they don't get as big as fast as the Boers and the Savannahs. Um, if that's the case, I could tell you that. But if you haven't ran out and got any animals, I would probably encourage you to get some sheep. They call them hair sheep, Katanin sheep. Get those. A lot of people gonna say Dorper sheep. I don't know much about them. I done did some research. They have a lot of meat on them too. But my understanding is the Katani are are um are a better variety and they're more hardy for the southeast. So if you're in other parts of the nation, they may play. And the sheep, when we say hair sheep, that means they shed, so you don't have to shave them. So when I say hair sheep, that's a sheep that are shed. They got hair, it'll shed. They don't have wool. Wool, you have to shave the wool off, right? Yeah, so that's what I would do, man. I wouldn't get no doggone goats if I'm just getting started and I don't have the bandwidth, meaning I don't have the time to be out there fooling around with no animals. I get sheep. I have a herd of sheep, man. I'm talking about literally. I don't even have to touch them. Somebody was talking to me the other day. A guy, he been doing goats long. The man been doing goats almost about as long as I've been alive. That's how long he been doing goats. Like for real. The man said, Larry, I don't want this microphone to sound crazy. He said, Larry, I saw your sheep. What you think about them compared to goats? I said, if I had to start over from scratch, that's the only thing I do is sheep. He said, that's what everybody say. I said, yeah. I said, if I had to start over from scratch today, with everything I know from zero, I wouldn't do goats. I like goats. Man, you ever had some goat ribs before? Man, we ate some goat ribs the other night. Oh my God. No, oh my gosh. Let me stop saying oh my God. That's blasphemy. But oh my gosh. Those things were so good, y'all. Mm, mm, mm. If you ain't never had no goat ribs before, oh man, goat meat in general, when it's right, boy. When it's right, it's right. How much does sheep go for, and should I get them young? Okay, you have Barbados sheep. Yeah, those how are those working out for you? Okay, so you're in Tennessee, you pretty good. It just depend on um how who you buy the sheep from. You get it? Some people are very expensive on their sheep, while others you can get it for 200 a head, 220 a head. You go out there and buy 10 sheep, they'll let you get them for $2,300, right? Um, and should I get them young? Just getting started, my opinion, the worst thing you ever could do is buy young animals. That's the worst thing you could do when you're just getting started because those are unproven animals, sir. Don't get unproven animals. Get a mama. When you just getting started, this is what I would do. This is what my formula would be. Check this out. I wouldn't buy no male. I wouldn't buy any males. I would buy all what's called heavy bred nannies. Heavy bred nannies or bred nannies, meaning these are females that have had babies before, but they're pregnant right now. You can see they got the big bag on them. They about to have some babies, right? heavy bred nannies, right? I would spend all my money on those. For real. If you got $2,000 and you could only get 4, get those 4. Get those 4, man. If they're gonna charge you $500 a piece, get those. Let me tell you why. So you start with 4, but the females are pregnant. They can have 2, they can have 1. So you immediately doubled up. So you only paid $250 a piece. Don't buy no males initially, right? This how you do it. Buy the heavy bred nannies. You rolling the dice here. Let's say you got enough money to buy you 5 of them. You buy 5. If you mess around and get 2 a piece out those 5, do the math. Now you got 15 goats. I mean sheep. You have 15 because they all had 2 a piece. That's 10, and then you got to count for them. Now you have 15. Tag them all. You have a male. Remember who the male came from. Now that doggone male can breed with everybody except his mama. So I would sell the mama. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. I sell the mama. Keep the male. Let's say you have 2 males out of 1 female. If she have 2 males, 2 rams, keep them 2 and sell her. Let them 2 breed everybody else. You hear what I'm saying? And then now you got your herd going. Now your herd going. That's what I would do. Don't do it. The hardest thing to do is start from scratch, right? And Marcella said she's been raising for over 20 years. Marcella, we need to talk. I like that. You got a lot of information, right? But I would definitely focus on bred nannies, and I wouldn't buy males. I wouldn't buy any rams. The only time you want to put a ram in your herd if it's a ram that can change the whole trajectory of your herd, meaning that the ram is a proven buck or a ram, sheep ram, goat buck, they're or a bull for cows, and they prove it. And you put them in there, and that joker will put heavy babies, especially if you're trying to do it for meat. And they put heavy birth weight babies, like the babies are being born at 10 pounds almost. 90 days, they at like 50 pounds. That means when you get ready to butcher them out, they over 100+ pounds. Once you get the head off and the entrails and everything off, you may have you a good 80, 90 pounds of meat, 75 pounds of meat. That's a good day. That's a lot of, meat. That's the only way I'll bring another male on this place. That joker got to be adding so much quality to my herd that I'm willing to put up with his mess. Because them jokers be difficult sometimes. If he ain't adding into my herd to the point where he changing it, I'm not about to be dealing with him. He out there, you may get a jumper. Somebody want to say you're a ram that jump fences. Now he throw big babies. I'm willing to put up with him if he jumping babies, jumping fences, throwing big babies. But I ain't gonna put up with that if he ain't throwing big babies, right? So I would try to build my herd out organically, man. Buy some pregnant mamas, right? This how I should have did with my cows, but I went out bad, man. Buy some pregnant mamas, get them on your ground, let them have babies. As soon as you have 1 male, you good to go. Get rid of the mama. Get rid of the mama because he can't breed his mama. That's inbreeding, but he can breed his sister. That's line breeding. Get rid of the mama. Keep him and just let him run through your herd. He'll get you back up and, he'll get you back up and going real soon, but don't do it with the money, man. Don't try to spend up your money, man, because people gonna be lying to you. And then the ones that really have the animals that's really worth it, man, they gonna charge you. Man, do you understand how much money them people gonna charge you? Especially if they know this a proven buck. Most of the time, a proven ram. Most of the time, people don't sell them until that joker done threw them 200 babies. Like they done work that joker. So now they getting ready to sell them. So they know what he can do. Most of the time, they can take you out there and show you all his babies and say, hey, man, you see all them babies out there? Them all his babies. We got to get rid of them at this point. But they're not going to do it for cheap unless something wrong with him. If he problematic. If he problematic, they'll get rid of that joker then. He too aggressive. He out here jumping fences, tearing stuff up, fighting with other animals all the time. People want to get rid of him. So they'll sell you the problem. Be careful with that. Yeah. That's what I learned. About animals, man. If I had known what I know now, I could have built this thing out real good I had a bunch of cows in the beginning, y'all. I had a bunch of cows, man. And I went out bad with the cows because I didn't do it like I should have did it. Now, I'm gonna tell you the biggest part of my decision to get rid of cows, and it was simply financial, man. It was purely financial. I just had to get rid of it because I couldn't afford to feed them jokers. Don't run out and get cows if you don't have a field full of grass. If your grass not right, don't get cows. Cause those jokers eat, buddy. When I say they eat, you could put a round bale of hay out there. That joker will be gone in a day. 2 days. I had a small herd. One round bale was 3 days for them. 3 days. The round bales I was getting was $65 at the time. You know, that was expensive. So, but if I had a field full of, if I was baling my own hay, or I had a connection with hay that they were selling it to me super cheap, because now I know where to get hay at dirt cheap. Old hay, they call it cow hay, last year's hay. Let me tell y'all about this, because somebody visited my place recently, and he was asking me questions. He was telling me how much he was spending for hay, and I ain't putting his business out there, but he was saying he's how much you spend for hay, right? And I was like, man, that's ridiculous. He said, yeah, the guy's selling me premium quality hay. They call it horse hay. So when somebody say they have horse hay and you have goats, run, man. You don't need horse hay for goats. Horses are very particular. Horses won't eat everything. Not saying goats will. Goats won't eat everything. Like cows, you can, but with cows, goat, and sheep, you can use a lower quality hay. So when you negotiating with somebody about your hay, you could say, I want last year's hay for grass hay. Now I give my goats perennial peanut hay, which is kind of expensive, but it's feed. It's almost better than the feed we get. You know, the feed I've been giving them, I actually switched my feed to a cheaper free feed, non-medicated feed. And I just go heavy on, not heavy on the peanut hay, but I do it every other day. I do a peanut bale every other day, and I do a bunch of feed every other day, right? And then I keep a big old grass bale out there every day so they can eat. Just trying to be kind of strategic with how I'm feeding. Now the ones I'm feeding out, if you don't know what that means, I mean I'm trying to get them fat, get ready to butcher them out. Now I feed them every single day, and I dump grain on them. Like I dump it on them because they got 11 months. Really, they got 8. I pull them off their mamas at 90 days, and we got about 7 to 8 months to get them big as we can get them, and then they go into the butcher. They go into the butcher, guys, or I'm selling them outright. But ain't no money in selling them outright sometimes. You know, when if I can sell it if I can do the meat bring more money than the animal itself, because most people don't know nothing about no butchering no animal. They gonna want you to do it or want you to take them to your butcher. So I just rather this time I'm just selling meat. That's it. I'm just selling meat. This how much I get per pound. You can pick out what poundage how much you want. You tell me you want some ground. I send you a bunch of ground. You want some chop this, chop that. I send you that, or you could get it directly off my freezer, wherever I'm at, right? But yeah, man, yeah. The animal game, it ain't no game. The animal business, the business of animals, you got to be smart. Um, I jumped in it and I wasn't that smart with it, but I'm getting there. Like I'm getting there. You got to be a little if you're doing it for meat, you got to be a little cutthroat too. Because you can't fall in love with the animals. You falling in love with the animals, you got to get rid of some animals. If not, you got a petting farm, right? So yeah, you know, people ask me, a lot of you guys ask me, do I get connected with my animals? My first animals were Winston, Nutmeg, Cinnamon, Cocoa, Fancy Free. Those were the first animals, first goats I've had. Well, I had a set of goats before, which I should have killed, but Man, it's crazy. I know good and well. Y'all not on. It froze. I know, man. You never heard of peanut hay. Let me see. Ain't no way this. I just restarted my whole computer, guys. Ain't no way y'all still on here. Hold on. Let me see. Ain't no way. Yeah, my whole computer just went down, guys. I don't know. Let me see what's up. Let me see. Ain't no way. Oh, we still up. Hey, no, y'all still on here. Listen, I don't know what just happened, but my computer just went blank on me. And I had to restart it, but I looked back up when I connected the stream back. It all of a sudden connected to the doggone thing. But look, so she said you never heard of peanut hay. Okay, so all right, there's two types of peanut hay. The first type of peanut hay is what they call thrash hay. That's the leftover peanut scraps, right? It's vine. They call it vine peanut hay. It's pretty much just gonna be the leftover peanut, the discard from the peanut. So when they go out there and they go out there and they harvest the peanuts, the stuff that's left over, they build it up right then and there. I'm gonna tell you something, man. That'll get you through the winter. For real. That'll get you through the winter. Especially got some cows, man. That stuff will get you through the winter. Like, not a lot of a lot of people don't like the thrash hay. They speak down on it. I had success with it, especially during the winter. Now perennial peanut hay, that is actually a crop in comparison to um alfalfa. It's actually better than alfalfa because it's more soluble, right? It's easily to digest. If you know about alfalfa, if you give too much of that, them jokers are bloat. So the perennial peanut hay, the perennial peanut hay are it's a better quality hay. I got a great family. Hey, Black Six Earl, man, yeah, man. I don't know what just happened to my laptop, man. It just went down. It didn't even go down. It just went black. And I think it was still up, but they said, oh, okay, I grow peanuts, but I never thought about giving. Yeah, just get that. So what you do is you can take the especially for sheep, just have them bale it up when it's leftovers. Like if you grow peanuts, whatever is left, the vines, what they do is they have that combine or that machine coming through there harvesting the peanuts, and then they have a baler running right behind it. So they bale it as soon as they harvesting it, they roll it. I mean, the rolls be cheap, man, $25, $35. But listen, and it's gonna be a lot of waste. Remember that. It's gonna be a lot of waste because they're gonna pick through the vines. They don't want the vines. They want any of them peanuts in there, any of those leaves. They want all that in there, right? But I'm telling you, during the winter months, when hay get to being funny, if you're not building your own, shoot, that peanut hay come in the clutch. I had it, man. I had it one year, man, and ma'am, and listen, that peanut hay saved me one year. When a friend of mine told me about it, he was like, man, just use peanut hay, Larry. You can get it for cheaper. Because what happens is when you're doing orchard grass or you doing we got hay, just good quality hay, like TIF 95 or whatever hay, right? When you get right around in January, everybody pretty much either done ran out of it, it's already spoken for of it, or it's extremely high. Everybody already, they not trying to sell you any of it because they trying to make it until when the grass start growing again. But that peanut hay, they build it and they just got it stored up. All you do is find, if you're doing peanuts yourself, just build it up. If not, find your peanut farmer. They'll sell it dirt cheap, man. Just never give your pregnant females any peanut hay. Now, I did it this year. I lost one of my females. I don't believe that was the reason. I believe it was something else going on, but I lost one. But while I had another one, she doing well. She got 2 big babies up there. But just don't give your pregnant females none of it. Yeah, man, my laptop went down. I don't know what happened, man. That was crazy. That was crazy. And I'm just sitting out here, guys. I'm trying my best to stay on top of, staying committed to what I said. Um, let me see. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to stay committed to what I said I was gonna do, and that's stream every day. I'm gonna do some streaming every day. I'm on Kick, I'm on Twitch, YouTube, 2 YouTube channels and 2 Facebook channels, guys. And I'm just sitting out here. I just got back. I went to drop the animal off. I went and got one. She getting butchered out. I dropped her off. I really need to get out here and change the tires on my trailer, but it ain't the end of the world. I got 2 flat tires. It ain't the end of the world. I can do it today or Monday, you know. I try not to be in such a hurry. I used to be like that. Rush. On the go. Yeah, you cut your life short like that. But yeah, hold on. I got my meat over here. I need to let me put this meat in this refrigerator right quick, y'all. I'm gonna walk over here. Y'all can see me. Yeah, I'm about to walk over here. Give me 1 second. I'm about to take my meat and put it in the refrigerator. My eggs and meat. Put it in the refrigerator. I'll be right back. If you gotta go, I respect all that. I'm just doing what I'm doing. Water. Let me tell y'all what I did today. And it's thanks to my YouTube family put me on this. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. So yesterday, when I posted it about me doing my garden and I showed my tomatoes, I had a whole group of people that reached out to me on YouTube, man. And all of them reached out and said the same thing. They're like, Larry, you need to cut them tomatoes off of there and let the plant, allow the plant to get bigger. So that's what I did, y'all. I cut the plant off a lot. I cut all my tomatoes off today. All of them. I hope it don't make no fool out of me. But the plant focusing on growing tomatoes. These some cherries I have. I love these cherries. They're expensive though. I want to grow me a fruit orchard. I do. Yeah, I want to grow me a fruit orchard. My my YouTube is I got the hood to homestead, from the hood to the homes to homestead. I have Larry B. Jr. I got 2 YouTube, from hood to homestead. Let me see. Hello, hey Mimi. Will Burrows said, I don't want to go more than 45 minutes from my job, but if the price is right, but if it's the right price in the land, I will. So I understand what you're saying. But one thing I can tell you, one thing for sure that I learned: never let your job dictate where you're gonna live, man. Cause that joker will go away and you'll miss an opportunity. Like you'll miss an opportunity because of it, and then you'll get laid off. It gotta make sense though, right? Which I respect. But I remember working in corporate America. When you gotta let people go. Folks done packed up and moved near us and everything. Man, we had people pack up, and we had one guy, he moved his whole family from New Hampshire or something like that. He got fired. I remember the look on his face. He told me, he said, man, my whole family mad at me. My wife, my children, everybody. He said, I done moved them all downhill. They done left their friends, high school, everything. And now I done got let go. Don't do that, in my opinion. I got a goat up in this field up here. I'm sitting here watching her. She started out as one of the runts, man. And when I say she started off as a runt, I ain't think she was gonna make it. I was about to put her down. I was. She looking good. She looking very good. I sold her brother. I'm starting to wish I kept a brother too. I wouldn't breed him, but that girl looking good up there. Very good. I'm seeing her watching her. She getting big. Impressive little girl. Yeah. One thing about the animals, give them time. Give them a little time. Let them become what they're going to become. She was a little ugly, little duckly. She look good now, y'all. For real. Let me see. Me. What's up? You got a long post. Let me answer it. Hold on. Whoa. You dropped my stuff. Mimi said, hey, Larry. I just recently started watching your videos and I've learned a lot. Praise the Lord. It says, and I really appreciate your content because I've been watching all different types of homesteaders and following and watching how they, start building, start homesteading. I've been watching since I think COVID, and there's things that they don't tell you that you are shedding light on, which is helping me because I had just bought 4 acres and I already had most of it, if not, oh, my bad. Okay. Oh, so it's up on the thing, but maybe 2 acres. So you should see it up there. Oh, so you can put them on the I didn't know I could do that. I just clicked on it and it showed on the screen. Good deal. So look, Mimi, I'm trying my best. Hey, thank you, Marcelo. I'm trying my best to help people, right? I'm by no far are an expert. Let me just make sure I clarify that. By no way am I an expert, right? You got people who've done this their whole entire lives. But what I've learned about the people who've done this their whole entire lives, a lot of times they don't want to help you because they take offense to you getting in something that they've been doing their whole lives. And that's why industries die. Industries die because of arrogance and ego. That's what it is. It's ego. A lot of the people who are going to help you, you get some guys that'll help you. A lot of women will help you. I've seen that. I'm not knocking my brothers, but a lot of women will help you. Women don't lead with ego. Like men will have some stuff and can't nothing get done because of ego. I was in a discussion with this guy earlier. We asked him to negotiating on something. And I already knew we wasn't going to be able to come to a conclusion. And I told him, I said, listen, we're never going to be able to come to a conclusion. He said, why? I said, because you leading with ego and I have ego. And neither one of us are going to drop our ego. I said, what we need is a female, and primarily I would like a female, a minority female. She could be from Asia, she could be from Africa, she could be African American, she could be Mexican, Puerto Rican. We need a minority female. He thought I was playing. I said, no, I'm for real, man. Almost all the times, and I'm saying this, guys, all the times I've been in stuff and it's been some type of negotiation. When I'm trying to negotiate with something, the best person on my end that I've been negotiating with is a minority female. For real. Because she not leading with ego. They trying to get it done. I'm trying to get it done. A lot of times with guys, man, we be butting heads and it be about nothing. It be about nothing. So when you trying to start farming or you trying to start homesteading, a lot of these guys be having so much ego, man, and they want you to validate them before they even help you. Like they're to the point where they want you to kiss the ring. Like they want you to bow down and say I'm the man before they help you. And then when they help you, they only gonna give you so much information because they don't want you to supersede them. So for me, I'm actually trying to help people because I remember and I know how it is getting started and nobody want to tell you nothing. They just want to talk about you and laugh at you. And then when you do stuff and when you do stuff, they want to say, oh yeah, I could have told you that, just some real live lame stuff. You know what I mean? Like for real, man, there's so many dudes like that. A lot of the women, I'm not hating whether they white, it's been all kind of women. A lot of white women have helped me. I ain't gonna lie. Right? I'm not gonna lie. A lot of white women have helped me. And some white dudes, they have too. Brothers, I had some brothers help me too, but it just seemed like it's this ego thing. Like we gotta, like I gotta bow down to you. You know what I mean? So it's always this weirdness. So for me, I'm not trying to be like that. I'm not trying to be like that. I'm actually trying to help people, man. Yeah, I'm actually trying to help people. I love trying to get you situated to where if you're gonna get started doing this, I can give you some type of guidance to walk you through this stuff and say, yeah, don't do that, or man, try it, because that's what I say. People always say you shouldn't do that, and then I'm doing it, and people gonna say, and then so this is the biggest another thing. They say, nah, you don't supposed to do that. I say, okay, well, I've been doing it for 2 years. And they be like, well, you probably just got lucky. I'm saying to myself, have you ever done it and failed at it? Or are you just regurgitating information somebody told you? Because that's the problem I have, man. I got that problem right there. Don't come telling me something just because somebody told you it. Like, give me the information. Okay, it sounds good. But do you actually know? You get what I'm saying? A lot of people I've learned, man, they'll pass on information to you that they truly don't know. They don't know, So I tell you in a heartbeat, listen, just try it, man. If it don't work, then you know it don't work. People will tell you the right way to do it, and you'll try to do it that way, and that don't work. You get what I'm saying? It's certain things that are true though, like you the kind of fencing you need. Like, don't get no goats with the wrong type of fence. I can tell you that. You're talking about building out a homestead, budget for a road, budget for an easement. If you're in the middle of nowhere, make sure you got the money for the road, because you can't build on a property you can't access. Me personally, I would never buy a property with nothing on it as a newbie. I would never do that. And what I mean nothing on it, just a raw piece of property, because the ideal sounds good. I always say this. Somebody say, Larry, I'm about to buy 75 acres. I'm like, really? Wow. And they be like, yeah. I'm like, so what's on it? Oh, nothing. It's raw land. All kind of numbers start running through my head when they say it's raw land. Okay, so it's raw land. How close it is to the nearest utilities? Because if it's raw land, you're gonna have to get power pulled to it. So if they answer me and say, we're just gonna do solar, I say, okay, well, that's good, man. Y'all done already answered that question, because that's the best way to do it. If you're gonna be in the middle of nowhere, the best way to do it is get you some solar panel and a propane generator. The reason why you want a propane generator is because worst case scenario, you could use that generator to actually kick in to charge the batteries or to run the place. So they say, I got solar. I want to do solar, off-grid solar panel. Dope. That's a good idea. And I'm going to use a propane generator. And the reason why you got to do propane is because they'll come fill up them tanks. It ain't like natural gas. They don't, the generators, they got natural gas. They don't do that. Well, in my area, they only fill up a propane tank. So you can get a 250-gallon propane tank brought out to your place in my area for like the tank and all for like $600, right? And we're not saying we're gonna run the place off the generator, but we can if we have to. But worst case scenario, we can use the generator to charge the batteries. If if we got a prolonged time period when the sun not shining and our panels are not getting sunlight, right? So answers that. So they say, okay, Larry, I'm gonna just do solar panels. We're gonna do that. I'm saying, all right, cool. All right, so for water, we're gonna get a well, dude. We're gonna get 2 wells put out there, Larry. I say that's good idea. Good idea. What you gonna do for internet? You're gonna need internet. What you gonna do? We'll probably just do Starlink. I said, okay, yeah, Starlink is a good idea, but remember, Starlink have data caps. So just remember that. Like, if your deal is you're gonna need it to, the kids gonna watch Netflix, and you're gonna do it, and you want to work with Starlink, and you're gonna remember they got data caps. Now, when I had it, it had data caps. I don't know what they have now. Just make sure I say that right. Then the next thing I answer is, what is your cell phone service out there like? If they say, oh, it's okay, then I say, well, you're gonna have to get that squared away, because you're gonna have to figure out how to get access to people gonna need to call you, etc. So, man, there's a lot of variables, man, when you just buying raw land versus buying a piece of property with an old ran down mobile home on it, that you could come in there and tear that old raggedy mobile home. So if it was me, and especially if I was younger couple kids, little rugrats, man, I get me a little RV, stay in the RV and build me a place. That's what I do. If it has a mobile home on it and it's raggedy or it's trash. Now, that's if it's trash. Now, it could be doable. Like, you could go in there and just throw some paint up, put some new floors in, put a new roof on it, like we did that one. We did that one like that. Me and my wife renovated it, right? Put a new roof on that mug, etc. And you got yourself something to live in, and then build your home site on the property and build your property out. But if it's trash, the reason why I say buy it with the RV on it, the mobile home on it already, the trailer, is because it got water, it has septic. If it was permitted now, if it was never permitted, then that's an issue. But if it's permitted, that means it got septic, it got water, it has electricity. So all you have to do is knock it down and build on it. Now, even if you're going to go back and dig up the septic tank and put a bigger one in there, at least the land a perk, But just buying a raw piece of property, man, talking about, man, yeah, it's always been my dream to do this. I'm saying to myself, like, I hope you got some money, because that's going to get expensive for real quick. Now, people who have money, this message is not for you. You got $300K, you can do it. You could throw you up a place out there for $300K, but if you just took your last money and bought the land and saying, don't do that, because that idea is going to burn you quick. You love seeing my farm? Thank you. I wish I can walk you around my farm on live, but the network sucks. And that's why Mimi said, and that's why I'm on my own and I don't share my ideas, because they make me feel like I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know everything, but I'm learning. Absolutely. And the deal is, you have to find like-minded people, content like this, and you just gotta dive in, Mimi. You hear me? Just dive in. You're gonna learn it. You're gonna learn your way. But there, a lot of these guys, man, they egos, man. It's their ego. I ain't got time for that. Like, I don't have time for that, because at the end of the day, man, I got an ego too. You know what I mean? And I may not be an expert at what you doing, but I ain't get here being no non-expert at something. You hear me? I'm not sitting in front of this camera, got people following me, doing all the stuff we done did all in the city, and I'm not an expert. So it need to be respected too. So it's a mutual respect. It goes hand in hand. You get what I'm saying? And I don't have time for that. I just don't, man. I just, in my mind, while I'm talking and I'm doing a video and I'm doing this stream, I'm just thinking about the people I've dealt with. And, I'm trying to assist them. They, looking, and they just ego driven. I ain't got time for it, man. So the best advice I could give you is stay on this content like this and build slow. Do it slow. Don't take your time. And the reason why, if you do it slow, your mistakes won't be that impactful, right? Yeah, people do love to put fear in you. Yes, yes, that's the biggest thing, man. You know, you right about that urban legend. People love to try to tell you. You know what I really believe the issue be? This is what the issue be. People try to put their fears in you. You get it? People love trying to make what they do seem more difficult than what it actually is. Like if you ask a mechanic about working on cars, most of them say, "Man, I'm telling you, boy, but you talking about taking them heads off, but it ain't no joke." Then people like me who out here in the middle of nowhere done took heads off before we know. I mean, it ain't that bad of a job. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's a fear that they have of somebody gonna take my spot. So when I come in and I'm talking to you about goats, right, or sheep, and you've been doing it for 20 years, yes, I'm gonna be a little naive about certain things. But like I think her name was Marcella on here. She listening to me, a newbie, a novice, and she learned about peanut hate. You see what I'm saying? So if she was an arrogant type of person, man, I don't want to listen to him. He don't know what he talking about. She wouldn't even learn about the peanut hate. And why did I learn about peanut hate? Because I got some people who want to teach me and who will teach me stuff. And to show me how to doggone do stuff. Hold on, let me get my paper towels floating over here. So I got people who don't mind showing me stuff, like for real. Like they'll take their time and show me, and it ain't no kiss the ring type thing. You know, we got so I seen this one guy do a video about this young lady. This young lady experiencing some difficulties or whatever, right? This brother, man. Brother did the video, and the whole video was about stroking his own ego. It wasn't about actually helping the girl. It was all about him trying to say, see, I told you, you should have listened to me. That's what it was all about. It wasn't about, man, let me try to give you some advice or let me try to guide you. Let me try to help you. Like, okay. Um, let's say, so the story goes, he reached out to her trying to offer her some free advice. She I guess, brushed him off or whatever. He didn't like it. So she started experiencing some issues. So she reached out back to him and said, hey, what about this? What about that? No, I don't want to hear all that. So I was like, then truthfully, your intent couldn't have been to help her, because people who actually want to help you, this is what they say. All right, you'll learn. That's it. They you'll learn. And then when you come back, they just got a little giggle and say, it's diff game, yo. And then they're gonna say, but let me help you. Because they truly genuinely want to help you. You got some people who looking to stroke their own egos, and they come off as off-putting. And that's why people don't like do with you, because it comes off as that, you know. I'm a humble guy, man. Like, I want you to teach me. I remember I went down to Nathan them place in Twin City, and he was like, he said something. He said, yeah, I said, you can laugh at me, but do not leave me green. Don't leave me not knowing. Laugh, man. Get your kicks out of it. You know, pick at me, man. But don't leave me green. Because I can accept the laugh if I come out the situation better. But if all you want to do is laugh, then I don't want to talk to you. Like, why do I? Because you are of no benefit to me. You don't serve me no purpose. So with me, the attitude you have to have is, number one, I am gonna do it, regardless if y'all gonna help me or not. Y'all can watch and enjoy and laugh, but just the same way y'all can laugh at me, remember, y'all going to be able to see me when God set a table before me in the presence of my enemies. That's what that word means, man. That he will set a table before you in the presence of the very people who would not assist you, and they laughed at you. Now they trying to get in. You hear what I'm saying? So just keep going. Keep going. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to stumble on some things, but just keep going. Keep going, man. That's one of the things I have learned, man, that if you'll keep going, you'll keep waking up, trusting the Lord every day, and you'll keep doing the impossible. Like with people like us, like, how are we doing this? And I ain't talking about my country folks. I'm not talking about y'all who grew up around this stuff. I'm talking about people like me who grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, grew up eating McDonald's my whole life. Ramen noodles and McDonald's. That's all we had. Ramen noodles, McDonald's, and sneaker balls and candy and junk. No real food, just junk our whole life. We may would get we ate hamburger helper and all that stuff, right? We may would get a decent, like solid soul food type meal occasionally. That was a big thing. But most of the time we ate quick food junk. People like me, Burger King, McDonald's, Church Chicken, Hot Wing, JJ's Chicken, and pizza, sushi, and all that. For us to pack up and leave the city and come down into the country and literally start making a way for ourselves and our family, that's a big deal. That ain't as small. You get what I'm saying? And don't let nobody ever make you feel like it is small, because it's not. It's not small. It may be small to them, but remember, it's not small to you and people who are like you. I didn't realize how much my videos meant to people until Instagram. Instagram did it. Like, if y'all don't follow me on Instagram, man, follow me on Instagram, man. I appreciate the follow, right? Let me show you what I did on Instagram. I'm Larry Brown Jr. I am Larry B. Jr. I'm gonna show y'all on Instagram. But Instagram, man, Instagram made me realize how important these videos are to people who are like us, who don't know nothing about this stuff. You got so many people that's striving to be like this. So this is my Instagram. I am Larry B. Jr., right? I am Larry B. It's Larry Brown Jr., but my user handle is I am, all one word, Larry B. Jr. So I'm just on there posting stuff. Let me show y'all just random stuff. Like y'all will see me, they'll see me posting stuff like that. Just stuff about the garden. Let me make sure y'all can see. This camera be zooming in and out. Oh, you know what? It's focusing on that doggone thing over there. Yeah, it's focusing on that. But anyway, I post stuff, right, about this, and man, all these people started watching my videos. I posted one video. The next thing you know, I got like 300,000 views on that one video. Man, you know how many people done got in touch with me like I'm some kind of expert? Brother, I need to talk to you. I'm like, about what? I got my properties and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I mean, so many people, so many women done got in touch with me, young men, older guys in my age bracket. So many people, older sisters who older than me, her and her husband bought a place and he passed away and she don't know what she gonna do with the property. Like, these are so many people. So the people who are already in the country and they already down in these areas, they want to discourage you so they can buy your property. That's what they want to do. They want to discourage you so they can buy it. They want to buy it. They want to tell you it's harder than what it is so they can buy it from you. So there's a need for this information, but you got so many people who gatekeeping and don't want to share it. Like, it's just some big mystery how to raise sheep. Ain't no big mystery about getting your trees cut down on your property. Like, it ain't. Like, there's nothing, man. A timber company looking for you. They want to buy it. But you got these people who just scared, holding on, don't want to say nothing. Like, and a lot of them, y'all, unfortunately, do look like us. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just telling y'all the truth. They do look like us, man. They don't, when they scared that if you learn and do something, for some reason, they're going to mean that they losing something. For real. Whereas our counterparts, and I'm not pro this and anti that, I'm just being 100 with y'all because this has been my experience. Now, your experience may be completely different. Our counterparts, these dudes are walking me down, showing me stuff, telling me stuff, giving me the number to call. Call him. Yeah, he'll help you. These dudes helping me. So, I don't know. But I just want to share that with you guys, man. That's why I do this. I take the time. I get on live. I jump on, try my best to help people. And even if your goal is to not move into the country, I want you to understand that you can do what you want to do. Like, you can live the type of life you want to live. Like, if you want to live out of RV, live out of RV, man. Ain't nobody stopping you. Do it. Don't listen to the people who are in the naysayers, because that's all these people quick to tell you what they. That's why I used to love about my daddy so much. My daddy told me, he said, number one, I realize you're going to do whatever you want to do. So it ain't no need of me trying to talk you out of it. He said, number two, if this is what he used to always say. He was always say, I don't know, I ain't never did that before, son. That's what he's always say. And I appreciate that. He never would try to act like he was an expert or say, well, I heard they say, like, people are quick to say they say. My daddy never did that. My dad would always say, I don't know, son, I ain't never did that before. I appreciate that, because if he can't help me, he ain't trying to hurt me. I appreciate that. And you got so many people like that, man, who quick to want to try to knock you down. But how do I handle snakes? My dog killed my snakes. Like, I'm just being honest. But get you a 410. Get you a 410, Mimi. A 410, a rifle. Or they got a gun called the Judge. Get the rifle version of it. Put you some 410 shells in it. They like small buckshot shells. It'll knock down pretty much every little small animal you want to knock down. So, and you don't have to be accurate. That's the thing about the 410. You don't have to be accurate. Like, if you see a snake right there, you got that 410 and it'll just spray. And it may spray 1,000, 500 buckshots at it, and one of them will get it. So get your 410. If you scared of snakes, get you a 410. All right. That's it. I like a Judge because the Judge shoot the 410 and the 45 long. So a Judge do good, but if you can't find a Judge, you get your 410, a 410 rifle with a doggone there's some 14 shells, or you can get your Judge. The Judge will do it, buddy. That Judge will knock them down. I'm telling you now. That Judge will, because you could put 45s in there and you could put 14s in. Believe me, it'll ball some up in a heartbeat. Quick. Snake, yeah. That's how you handle snakes. But remember this, I want to tell you another thing, Mimi, is this. All snakes are not bad. This is a part of reality about homesteading and farming that you got to understand. I know you may be scared of them, but all of them are not bad. Some of them are really good, like king snakes, for instance. Look up king snakes. King snakes are great snakes to have around your property because they eat the rattlesnakes. They eat the water moccasins. They eat the copperhead. So if you see a king snake, he hunting. All the other snakes finna run from him. And he non-poisonous to humans. Now, he may scare you, but that joker gonna do his job. Leave him alone. Like Duke got one last year. I was so mad at him, like, man, but he don't know. But yeah, I hope it's some out here hiding because they eat the other snakes. So if it's a king snake around, he after them rattlers, he after them water moccasins, he after them cottonmouths, he after them doggone the water snakes. That's what he after. And then some of them eat mice. They eat the mice. And if I tell everybody about farming and homesteading and having chicken coops and chicken feed, you're gonna have mice. You're gonna have mice. So if you have a snake that's eating the mice, I mean, I know he may be scary, but leave him alone. Let him eat the mice. Our people, man, you better kill that snake. This snake out here killing other snakes. Like, why would I kill that snake? I'm just saying, a dead snake, the only good snake. Nah, man, that snake fine. You know what I mean? Leave him alone. Like, he out here doing a job. So that's the thing. It's like spiders. We scared of spiders, but spiders kill other bugs. Like, for real. They kill other bugs. I'm just telling you, do your research. You'll see. But I'm scared of spiders. Like, if you leave him alone, he'll help bring the bug population down. He will. Yep. Let me see. Yeah, keep the kings. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Keep the kings. Oh, listen, a good flat shovel. You got you a rattler. Wow. Yeah, man. The king snake and the rat snakes are important, man. A lot of people don't understand it. A flat shovel. I have a flat shovel too, Marcella, man. They are crazy. Like, I have a flat one and a good flat shovel. Hey, get your flat shovel if you don't know. That's a tool right there. I got one called a shark bite. The tip of it got ridges on it. He's sharp. Man, you get weeds up with it, chop snake heads off, everything. But yeah, man, if you see a king snake, you see a rat snake, I know they scare you, but leave them alone. They're out there doing a job. Now, the snakes that bother your animals, the snakes that's trying to get you, then you get them. But the ones that's out here trying to, leave them alone. Because they be hunting the mice, they killing the mice and the other snakes. I can't express that enough. It's an ecosystem. That's what you need to understand about your farm or your homestead. It's an ecosystem. You got an animal, you got a reptile that's out there doing a job, move that joker and let him go do it. But just man, you better get rid of that snake, man. That thing that right there. Like, no, man, leave bro alone. He out here working. For real. Yeah. So I know some kings around here, king snakes around here. Cause Duke got one last year. And my neighbors, they have, man, he killed a big old rattlesnake up there. Big old rattlesnake. I'm talking about thick. I seen a rattlesnake crossing the road down here, man. Woo! I did not know rattlesnakes got that big, y'all. This rattlesnake was so big. I ran him over and he kept going. The man was out there finna shoot him. I ran him over with my truck and I got him with my trailer. The rattlesnake kept going. Then the man got him. It was a dude saw him. Cause down here, if you see a rattlesnake, you kill him. Like you don't let him live because he may bite somebody else or kill somebody animal or whatever. But I am not exaggerating. This rattlesnake was so thick and long. I wish my wife was on this live to tell y'all. That joker was more than half over the road. Like, you got a wide road. Let's say the road probably like 2 cars can go down the road side by side. It'd be tight, but it's a dirt road. That joker was more than half the size of that. Like over half the size of the space. That joker was long. I did not know they got that big. I'm talking about big, thick and big. Dude got them. They'll pay you down here if you kill them. They'll pay you. You bring them to you. I get one. I want to get one for and make a belt out of them. Yeah, I get me make a belt out of them. Yeah, cause them rattlesnake, especially them diamondbacks, man, that's some nice stuff. I like to make me a belt out of one. I don't want no. I like them cowboy boots. They ain't healed. My hip hurt. I like me some doggone some snake shoes, but not no heel shoes. I don't like heel shoes. Shoes them thick, hard heels on it. Make my hip hurt, back hurt. So I don't wear those. But yeah. What's the name of those rifle utilities you talking about? What's the name of it again? The Judge. Get a Judge. Yeah, that joker man ain't no joke, boy. Get a Judge. She said she been bit by a recluse. Yeah, I understand about the snake. I don't want them jokers in my I don't want them jokers in my house. Like if I see them in my house, they gon' I'm get rid of them. Like for real. If they in my house, they in my personal space. But I'm talking about being outside. You see a spider net outside, web outside. I ain't gonna go out my way to tear down that man web. That man out there doing the job. Now, if I see him by me, if I think he gonna try to get close to me, yeah, he gotta go. Cause now he invaded my personal space. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just speaking on the terms of your whole working farm. Like, leave it alone. If it ain't bothering you, he ain't got like mice. Them jokers, if you open your door, they coming in, but they all over. We ain't got an infestation, but they field mice are everywhere. I don't care what you say. You can't get rid of field mice. Like, if you can, let me know how, but you don't want them all in your feed, all in your property where you just outside, you just on your porch sitting there, hey man, what's up with you? No, but it's just part of homesteading. Will said, so you started a mobile home. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Well, it was a mobile home already here. So I didn't put a mobile home out here. My grandmama didn't put a mobile home out here. What we started with was that mobile home right behind us. Y'all see that? That's a 3-bed, 2-bath mobile home. And we put a porch on it to make it better. Me and my wife went in there and renovated. My daughter helped. She helped paint the cabinets and cupboards and stuff. And me and my wife went in there. We laid floors. We, man, gutted the bathrooms, man. We gutted one bathroom. The other one, we gutted everything except the tub. It looked like they had put a new tub in it. But other than that, we went through the whole place. Since it's so small, renovating it wasn't no problem. We put vinyl floors down, waterproof floors down, paint. That was it, and brought them back. What I would like to do now is I would actually like to add some siding to that house. I would like to take that old siding off and put new siding on. That's what I would like to do. I think that'll make it pop, right? But overall, it's a nice place. So if you're gonna do, I'm thinking if you're talking about building your place in the middle of nowhere, right? A rural place, a mobile home is beautiful, man. Listen. Don't sleep on mobile homes. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to put my foot up on this thing and I missed it in this thing. Don't no mobile homes. You got some nice mobile homes, guys, and they can get that mug out there quick. You know, they can get out there quick versus trying to build a house over the next year. Mobile home, boy, they delivered my grandmama the mobile home them in the rain. It was muddy. Well, it wasn't raining. It had been raining. It was muddy. Them dudes got stuck back there. These dudes knew what they were doing so much that the truck that was dropping the side, because they bring it in two pieces, right? The truck that was dropping the pieces got stuck. They had another truck just to pull it out. That's how much they knew what they was doing. He went out there, expected to get stuck. They hooked him up, pulled him out, left, went and got the other half and brought the other half back. Man, we got video of it. When you see them do that, you like, man, y'all know what y'all doing, dude. We do 5 a day. When we do 5 a week. Now how many he said? No, they do a lot. I think he said he do 5 or 10 a week or something like that. Like we do 5 or something. He said, man, we do so many of these, man, we do it. Them dudes knew what they were doing. So a mobile home is nice, man. Them prefab homes, the manufactured home with these new poor quality builders out here now. I don't know. I mean, you see all the horror stories now with people getting their homes built by these folks, man. Yeah. One lady, she got a barndominium. They on TikTok. They got a barndominium built, right? Listen, they can't even inhabit the barndominium because when the people built it, the proper footings ain't there. It's condemned and they still owe a mortgage on it. Think about it. The bank gave them the bank loaned them the money. Let them people go out there and build it. The lady say her husband's friend who build houses gave him a good deal on building the house. He built it, cut all kind of corners, got the money, ran. When the bank came out to do the final inspection of the property, the doggone now I forget what happened. No, the bank passed it. Somebody else did an inspection on the property or something happened. It's a story on TikTok. And they gotta condemn it. The only thing they is fit to be used for now is a barn. They say they got it listed as a barn. So they property taxes are not high because it's a barn. Yeah, man. Straight up. So yeah, you know, if I was starting over in scratch and I want to build me one, you know, I want to get me a little piece of land somewhere. Super nice, ducked off, you know, just build me a nice one. You know what I mean? Just be something nice. You smell all that good paint, fresh wood. Boy, ain't nothing like a new build, boy. That just smell right. Ain't nothing like that. You know, you smell that wood and that fresh paint. I like that, you know, but I don't know about that, y'all. But yeah, man, let me see. Yeah, absolutely. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Joy. How you doing, Joy? Hey, y'all, Misha. How you doing? There are a few black widows in my chicken coop. I leave them until they get too close. I know, right? Yeah, Marcella, you and I sound about the same, man. Yeah, I don't bother them. Now, if they get to bothering, trying to get too close to me or trying to hurt me, my animal, something, then they gotta go. But most of them just be minding their own business, doing their job. You know, I ain't gonna seek them out to try to get rid of them. I'm just, you know, if I see him, and especially inside my house, he gotta go. Now, I ain't having no spider in my house now, snake, none of that stuff. But you know, I'm sitting right here right now. It's a bird nest right in front of me. Some birds done build a nest right there in front of me. I see it. And I didn't know that nest was there until we was just doing this live and I see the husband and the wife going in and out. I ain't gonna bother that nest for what? They found him a nice spot. Let them have it, you know? If it becomes a problem, then I got to get rid of it. But I'm gonna leave them alone, man. They ain't bother me. Yeah, they got him a little cut, little ducked off over there in the cut. Nice little doggone. I mean, I don't blame them. Yeah, they ain't got to pay no rent. It's shelter. You know, probably cool. I would choose that spot too. I don't blame them. You know, so we let the place work how it work, man. For real, absolutely. Yeah, but yeah, man, you got to be careful with these properties, man. Be careful, ma'am, ladies. Y'all be careful. Yeah, don't. Yeah, I wouldn't run out and just get stuff, man, just because it's like I said, the ideal sounds good. It sounds good, but when you got to try to pull it off, that's when it becomes the reality of it hit play. You know, the ideal will always sound good, but I don't know. Somebody asked me, will they let them get this on an acre? I'm gonna tell y'all something for all y'all who on my live about this doggone USDA program grant stuff. I posted a video the other day about it. Listen, just go in there and talk to the people. Don't listen to these people, these social media experts telling you what you can't do. One lady said, you can only do it if you have animals. That's a lie. That's a lie. One guy said you gotta already have been farming before you could get this. And I was so grateful that another person jumped in the comment section and said, nah, man, I planted 2 tomato plants and told them I had a tomato farm. And they gave me one. I got the same one Larry got. Don't already answer the questions before you ask them. I hate them type of people who already got the solution without even getting any information. They can tell you all about how, like, when I put it out there about this, you should see how many people in the comment section saying, yeah, but like, you don't even know. You know, so please don't listen to them people. Please don't. That's what's stopping most of us, because everybody know everything. Or, you know, we suspect everybody, right? Man, I don't know about them people, man. I wouldn't be letting them people, man. I'm telling you, man, man, shut up. Like, I used to know this man when I stayed in Chattanooga. Man. You know, I had people up there like my family, man. And he's good, man. I sit and talk with him all the time. And all he wanted to talk about was white people. Them white people, them doggone white folk, this, that, and that. I was just looking at him one day like, bro, what have white people actually, like, for real? Like, I mean, every day, man, that's all he wanted to talk about. He was just mad at white people. And I just got to the point where I just started hanging around him, because I ain't gonna say everybody that white I've been around been bad and everybody white I've been around been good, but come on, bro. Like, damn, white, you know. Yeah, so I'm just saying it to say, you got people that got their own issues going on. Just listen to me. If I tell you, you can do it. If I tell you, you can do it. I would not embellish one thing. I'm not that person. I'm an open book. You know, I'm an honest guy. I'm gonna tell you. If I say, hey, y'all, you can do it, you need to go do it. I'm telling you, because that means I have tried it. Yo, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to make sure my doggone yeah, I'm trying to make sure my audio, man. It's always something. I just look down and my audio like it weren't working. Oh, it's on. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I just wanted to make sure it was on. Yeah, I ordered a building kit. I wanted it to have a certain amount of rooms, certain amount of square footage, and I got a deal on a building. It's actually a kit. Wow, that sounds interesting. These are metal buildings. They make them in Colorado. They make them everywhere, I think, they're thinking, you know, Oklahoma, Texas, and these kids, everything's come with it. The kids, everything come with it. Yeah. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. I seen those. It's a prefab metal building. Do they put it together for you? Because I got in touch with a company down here. These jokers was gonna bring me a prefab metal building and was gonna assemble the whole building for me. And I mean, it was a big building. I think it was gonna be like 30 grand. But if we could have got that thing up there, I don't even know if it was gonna be 30 grand. I think it was gonna be 30 grand altogether with the concrete slab. I think the concrete slab was gonna be about 16 and the building was gonna be like 14. And it was gonna be 30. Now they didn't finish it, meaning they ain't gonna go in there and put up they ain't gonna, you know, go in the inside and frame it in. They ain't gonna do none of that now. But just the shell of the building, they're gonna dry it in. So when you pull up to it, it just look like a building. And it look like a building when you get inside of it, it's an nothing but an echo. But I could work with that. You know, I could work with that. You know, you go in there and get it framed up. You could get it framed up at your own leisure, you know, especially if you're trying to do a slow thing, you know, you can get it framed up. The thing I seen though is that I was watching one content creator's videos, and he built these metal buildings. Pay attention to this. He built these metal buildings. I think he was in Mississippi or Alabama. He was in the South somewhere. It's Mississippi or Alabama, one of them. And when it snowed recently. And when it snowed, the roof wasn't rated to handle the snow. So his roof collapsed in. He had a metal building. They're pretty much a barn. He turned it into a barnuminium, etc. But because the buildings in the South are not rated to carry that snow load, if you ever get any kind of real snow, it was something like that. So look into that. So my advice would be, if you're going to do that, make sure you get that roof and that roof line reinforced, guys. I'm telling you, because this guy lost his whole garage. He lost his house because the roof, the ridge line wasn't made to hold that kind of weight. So I don't know, I don't know if it was a jack leg job or what, but that'll be a question I'll be asking right there. Like, okay, what this roof rated to hold? Like, what will it hold? Because a lot of that ain't never sheet metal. That's just metal up there, like for real. Yeah, yeah, that's just metal up there. Let me see. I'm trying to get to all the comments, y'all. I'm definitely going to try as many as I can. You need to. Is that a barnuminium? My house is not. Yeah. It depends on if you have different. It depends on, so they have different programs. They have these kits that come with the project managers. Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Marcella said she wish she had more flat land. I have 5 acres in the high mountains. It sounds like a nice place though, right? It sounds like a beautiful place, man. Yeah, it sounds like a nice place. Um, I mean, I understand what you're saying though, but yeah, it's a lot of the property not able to be built on because it's too rocky, it's hilly. But look up these people right here. It's a couple called Ambition. When Ambition Strikes, Ambition Strikes. It's a couple on YouTube. I follow them. Look them up. They building in like the mountains of Idaho. Like, check them out. Yeah, they a trip. The husband and wife, they building in the mountain. They like a mountain up in, I think, Idaho, or Iowa or somewhere. They in a mountain. And they done had to buy a bulldozer, and they out there cutting roads, cutting their own roads, and it's a mess. But now they got it nice. And they came out there with them containers. They build them shipping containers and stuff. And then they got a home site where they build. It's tight, but then they cleared off this other area. They cut down the trees, and they cleared off the other area with the bulldozer and stuff. And then they came out there with them shipping containers for real. So it could be done, man. Ma'am, it could really be done. Yeah, I seen them. It's a couple on YouTube. Ambition Strikes. They're doing it right now. Yep, absolutely. But yeah, man, I'm about to go out here. I gotta go out here and feed everybody. And yeah, I think I'm gonna just chill, man. I'm doing that anyway, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna just chill. I ain't gonna go trying to create no work for myself. He said, I will finish the inside. The roof will be enforced. Absolutely. Yeah, make sure that roof is right. That roof, that ridge line. And you want to make sure it got a peak. It's a slope. You want to make sure it's a slope on there. So the water and all the stuff can run off of it. You know, a good one. It comes at this. Like, I know that flat roof, a lot of people like that, but it need to be like this. And the reason why is the stuff slides off of it. Um, but yeah, that's important. That guy, he posted it. I think he was on one of these socials, and he was like, y'all don't do it. I just lost everything. And he was literally walking us through his property where the roof collapsed, where the snow had settled on it and the roof collapsed. So I'm up on the one right here and right now. It got some joists and everything up under there. But this joker can collapse, to be honest. If the right amount of weight get put on it, it can. Yeah, it could collapse. you know. Come out here and heat that bad baby up. Yep. Yes, ma'am. It's been such a it's just been such a pleasure to finally get to talk to you. Thank you so much for answering my questions, for being such an inspiration. No, I absolutely thank you guys. I try my best to communicate with you all if I can. Um, I'm posting on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and I'm streaming on Kick, Instagram, Kick, Twitch, YouTubes, two YouTubes and two Facebooks, right? So, needless to say, I get a lot of messages, a lot of comments. It's virtually impossible to respond to everybody. It really is. My inbox sometimes be like flooded, and you just look at it like, man, I can't. You try to. So I got my inbox, my messenger set up to where it'll automatically respond, and it'll just say like, thank you for reaching out, etc. Now, when I get to going down, my list sometime, then I'll come back and I answer. Hold on. Hey man. Hey, them yeah, they in them pot, they in that box up there. You got it. All right, just leave it up there. I appreciate you. All right, man. Thank you. Have a good weekend. All right, brother. That my UPS man right there. Yeah, he takes care of me. I take care of him back. I got a gift for him. It says, I haven't okay, hold on. I haven't ever grown anything. What is the first thing I should begin? Well, I want to say this now. This is a good question from Barbara. Miss Barbara, let's answer Miss Barbara's question. Now, Miss Barbara, I want you to understand. Marcella, all right, Will, thank you guys. I'm about to answer Miss Barbara's question. Now, Miss Barbara, I want you to understand now. When you're growing food, you have to grow it in season. So we're in the spring, summer season right now. You need to grow your spring, summer crops. Now, she says she's never grown anything, she want to grow something. One of the easiest plants you're gonna grow is okra. It's gonna be okra. Okra grow like straight up. Peas, like beans. You're just gonna have to make sure the variety you have, are they climbers? Meaning that, do you need to put a trestle up, something for them to climb up, right? Or will they just run across the ground? You get what I'm saying? But those are gonna be your easiest things. Your okra, your peppers, your beans, purple hull peas, all kind of peas and beans. They'll grow easily, right? You can try if you eat them. I don't really like cucumbers. I like pickling cucumbers, but I like regular cucumbers in a salad, but I don't like them enough to grow them. I really don't. I don't like them enough to grow them. Now I'm thinking about doing some pickling ones, but eggplant have been easy for me to grow if you eat those. I like eggplant. Tomatoes, them jokers right there. Either you know what you're doing or you don't with tomatoes, man. Them jokers, man. Tomatoes are something else. You got some people that just can grow them, and then you got people like me who just, I'm excited. I just have to go prune all my tomatoes off. So I would advise you, if you're trying to get started from scratch, do some okra. If you eat them, do some peas. If you eat them, um, onions was my first because they were so easy, and tomatoes. That's amazing. Yeah, onions will grow too now. Onions will grow. Yeah, they will grow. But let me ask you a question, Miss Barbie, if you still on. Have you what do you plan on growing? In ground or above ground, like in pots or raised beds? Because that's really going to determine too how much space you have. Because if you're gonna grow in ground, you need to get a soil sample. Okay, you need to take your soil samples of your soil to the extension office and get it tested. Tell them you're trying to grow a home garden. Once you tell them you're trying to grow a home garden, they should come back with a formula. What you need to do, they're going to tell you if your soil is up to par, if your soil, if the pH level need to be raised, what you need to do, right? That's where we started with planting and growing. Anybody who grows, we started at some point getting soil samples. Now, because if not, I'm gonna tell you a perfect example why. Me and my wife, we planted the front of our yard one time, right? We planted this big old long 100-foot row garden. I mean, it was long. We probably had 600 or 700-foot rows long. Nothing grew. Nothing grew. The corn that did try to grow, it was deformed. It was ugly. But then when I finally got the soil sample, it's depleted. It's not no nutrition in it. So before I could even get the garden to grow, I needed to get the soil right, right? So that's the steps. But if you're gonna grow in raised beds, then you got a little bit more control over that. You can buy your own compost, garden soil, potting soil. You know, you can mix stuff over in there with it. You can get your raised beds. It's all different kind of ways you can do it. But growing in ground, it starts with a soil sample if you've never grown anything in there before. Yeah, that's where it starts at. It truly. And you go from there once you get your sample, then you can decide, okay, I want to put me some eggplants out. You guys see my garden, but remember, it took me a long time to get that garden like that. I'm in year 4. I probably been working on that garden in the back for 2 years now, 2.5 years, maybe 3 to be honest. Um, and I mean just working the soil, working it. And I planted sweet potatoes back there last year. They grew on the top, but didn't grow on the bottom because I was using weed barrier, plastic weed barrier. That was a no-go. But I believe they help increase my soil because my soil now is so fertile. The only thing I did put out there was I did put some dolomite lime and I put a little fertilizer out there. Now my plants are growing. They're growing. So I hope it helps. If you're doing it in raised beds, it's gonna be a little bit easier than it is in the ground. The ground is a little difficult, but you could do a lot in the ground too. You know, the raised beds you run out of space quick. All right, all right. Let me see. All right, yeah. Contact the USDA. Everybody, I want you all to understand that the USDA have programs for us. They have money allocated for us. Do not allow anybody to convince you that they don't. Get your farm number, guys. Do not allow these internet gurus to convince you that there's no money or you got to have a farm. You got to have acreage. You have to have animals. You have to have plants already. None of that. This is what I would do. Get you some potted plants, right? Potted plants, right? Some tomatoes or something. Go buy them. Put them out there. Now you got your farm. Yeah, you got your farm now. Get your 5 of them. Put them out there. Go spend $15 at the store. We get 6 plants for $5 down here, right? Go buy your 6 plants, put them out there. Now you got your tomato farm. That's it. Go up to the USDA office, FSA office. Simply say, I want a farm number for my farm. Okay, yeah, you got a farm? Yeah, I got a farm. I'm growing tomatoes. Okay, that's great. They're gonna say, okay, they're gonna pull up a map. They're gonna say, what's your address? Or they're gonna want the plat or the deed. You get the deed or the plat, you give it to them. They're gonna look at it. They're gonna do an area view of your land, pull it up. They're gonna say, okay, so this your land right here. They're gonna say, yeah. Then they're gonna do their research. And what they told us was, hey, your farm is already in someone else's farm, so we have to withdraw your farm out of their farm first, and then we'll give you your own farm number. Now, people who got 90, 300 acres, this land was already established as a farm. These people may still be getting benefits from it and you don't even know. Straight up, you don't even know. They can go down there and file something for your land. Hey, look, they're not coming to inspect the property. Now, I'm talking about the USDA. Now they may, but the NRCS did come out here. Let me make sure I clear that up. 2 different programs. The NRCS, the NCRS, the National NSRC, whatever, Soil Conservation Research, whatever that is, they came. So make sure you don't play with them. But these people who got these farms, we're talking about they growing cabbages and stuff, man, them people don't be inspecting that stuff. They don't. Them folks don't be coming out there looking at that stuff. That's why them people were doing all that crop fraud, that insurance fraud on them crops for so long, because nobody was ever coming out there. You know, nobody. These dudes just got acres and acres of corn sitting out there that nobody is even chopping it down. They're just growing it, grow it, never harvest it, run a combine through it, do whatever they can, and chop it down, do it again, and then they plant some cotton or something. They just getting them chicks. Yeah, they getting them chicks. All right, man, I'm gonna wrap it up. Let me get ready to go. I got some stuff to do. I need to go. My chicken standing up here on the top of the hill up there looking down this way. So either they out of food or they out of water. I believe they out of food because I took one of their feeders out of there yesterday and gave it to the meat birds. But let me roll. I gotta go up here and listen to these goats holler at me because let them tell it. They haven't eaten in 30 days, but they have. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I appreciate y'all watching my live, man. I really do. Everybody, hold on. I just got here. Have you talked about how you keep your goat so happy, how much feed, etc.? Hey, Cal. Cal just got here, y'all. I was about to wrap it up. Okay, Cal. How I keep my goat so healthy, it's kind of twofold. It's gonna start with number one, your minerals, okay? Make sure you're giving your goats good minerals. I use Durafirm, Durafirm. If you can find it, it's the best around. And it's expensive, but it's the best around. That's what I use. I haven't always used Durafirm. I was just wondering how the other people kept their animals looking so good, just like you're asking me. And then I had somebody tell me it's the mineral first. Number two, with your animals, you want to understand something about goats, right? If you can, you want to keep them on a dry lot. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. That keeps the worms out of them. If you allow them to just stand out in pasture all the time, they're going to have a heavy parasite load. So we try to move them to a lot where it's not that much grass in there. That's been working for me a lot. I had 2 reputable guys reach out to me and tell me that. And I tried it this year and it works. Okay. As far as feed go, my feed quality is not what it was a year ago. I was feeding a medicated 18% feed. Now I feed a 14% commodity feed with a high quality hay and a high quality mineral. That's my formula right now. Non-medicated, just a junk feed. Ain't gonna do them but make them fat. I don't just dump it on them and just feed them. You know, you want to give them 1.5 pounds per nanny. So if you want to know the formula, if you want to do like 1.5 pounds per nanny, female. A male, you could do 1 pound, 2 pounds of it. I give a scoop per head. That's how I do it. I just give a scoop per head, spread it in there. I keep hay readily accessible. You want to keep some type of hay out, grass hay out. Because they're greedy and they want to eat. Then I put the high quality hay, the perennial peanut hay in there every other day. And I put feed every other day. I don't put grain in there every single day, except for my guys that I'm feeding out. The animals that I'm feeding out and I'm trying to get them fat, you got to keep the feed in front of them. Like, I'm just trying to increase the feed on them. You know, I heard you can give them a beet supplement to make their stomach stretch. And but I ain't gonna do that. But we want to get as much weight on them as possible within that 11-month window. So from birth to butcher should be right around 11 months. You want to keep the boys from going in the rut. The rut is what makes the meat taste funny. Okay, that's when you ever ate goat and it tastes bad. That's why they didn't butcher it out fast enough. It was too old. They let the male start peeing on itself. Now, what I've noticed is some cultures like that. They like that taste, like they want it. I'm not one. I'm not from that culture. So my goat meat tastes clean. My goat meat don't have that taste. All that stuff I used to taste on it back in the city that I thought was how goat meat tastes, it don't taste like that. I ate goat ribs 2 nights ago. One of the best meats you're gonna ever eat in your life. We barbecue. No, we put them in the oven. Phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal. So start with your mineral. Get a high quality mineral. See if you can find Durafirm. If you can't, try to find the highest mineral, not salt, because you got to remember when they say trace mineral, that means it's a trace of it in there, and the rest of it just salt. So don't do trace mineral. Trace mineral is just pretty much salt with a trace of mineral in there. Remember that now. So if you read it and it say, I'm gonna say it again. If you read it and it say this is trace mineral, that literally means that it only has a trace of minerals in it, and the rest of it is salt. Don't do that. That ain't. You don't want to feed your animal all that sodium. So you want to give them minerals. Find the highest quality minerals that you can feed them. The highest quality you can find, right? Do your research. Durafirm is the one if you can find it, but it's hard to find. I got a man who get it by pallet down here, and he'll sell me 3 or 4 of them off the pallet. But he charging $50 a bag, bro. I just want you to know he charging $50 a bag. That's what everybody paying for it. $50 a bag. Now you go to the store, you could get minerals for $20. But when I was using that regular red mineral, my animals wasn't looking like they look now. People starting to ask me, man, how you do that now? Because I've been giving it that. All right. So I hope that helps you, man. I really do. I hope that help you. I'm gonna try to answer a couple questions before I jump off. Y'all caught me right on the end. I was getting ready to go. Thanks for the end. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Um, They said, man, I have a good little garden, but all of my leafy greens are filled with holes from bugs. And I'm so interested. How do you fix that? You got to find them doggone bugs, man. It's them butterflies out there eating you up. Yeah. I don't spray anything on my plants, y'all. Now, what I can advise you is this. That's why we don't grow leafy vegetables during the warm months. The reason why we only grow leafy vegetables during the cold months is because the little bugs die. Nobody wants to deal with the leafy vegetables throughout the summer. So you're in the middle of the warm months trying to grow leafy vegetables, and that's why we don't do that. We do it during the cold because all the bugs done died out, right? They're just, but they'll grow year round. They'll grow year round, but the bugs gonna eat them up, you know. Yeah. I grow my collards, turnips, mustards during the winter, the dead of the winter. They're cold tolerant. There's no bugs. Around my January, boy, you got some big bushes out there, buddy. February, we eat January, February, March, we eating some greens, right? And then when that season die out, we just start eating something else. So we always eating in season. You get what I'm saying? Like whatever is growing, but more power to you, man. If you can get it to work. But some people use Seven Dust. They got all kind of pesticides. Some people believe in planting companion plants. I planted some marigolds this year with my tomatoes, which is a companion plant. And what that does is that supposedly draw the animals or deter the animals with the smell. They say you want to grow basil, tomato plant, marigolds, do them all together. But I'm not sure without putting no chemicals on it. So use that at your own caution. They say anything with side at the end of it, it's herbicide, pesticide. It's the same as suicide, homicide. They say so them sides are all the same. So if you got a herbicide, pesticide, it's the same as suicide, homicide. Yeah. Be careful. For real. All right, let me see. I'm about to roll. Let me see. Got you. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Cal, man. I hope it helped you, Cal, for real, man. I hope that helps you, man. I hope it helped both of you guys. I know Cal is a guy. I don't know who the bottom one on YouTube. I'm not sure if you're female or male, but I hope it helped you. Try growing your greens later in the year when it get cold. Right now, focus on things that'll grow eggplant, peppers, that'll grow now. Watch for the slugs after the rain with the peppers and stuff, but just stay out there, man. Just stay in your garden, man. You'll get them, but it's hard in the summer months to keep them greens from getting ate up for real. All right, y'all. If that's it, I appreciate you guys. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Casey asked me this question, guys. I have to answer this question before I go. Absolutely, Casey. Casey said, have you ever did a side-by-side taste test of your farm animals chicken versus the grocery store? I have absolutely done it. The chicken in the store is old. It's old, guys. It tastes old. But if you've never tasted farm fresh meat, you don't have anything to compare it with, right? And it has, the coloring is off. The coloring don't look right, right? It's yellowish, like it don't look right. I eat beef at home. It just tastes, the beef in the store give me like a what's that, indigestion type deal. The home raised beef don't. It's like blueberries. I cannot eat the blueberries at the store, but when I pick them off the bushes down here, I can eat them. I don't break. If I eat blueberries in the store, I break out. I start itching. I do not know what's on them. But if I just go over here and pick some, I don't have a problem. I can eat as many of them as I want to. So I don't know what the deal is. I have absolutely taste tested chicken from the store, chicken at home. Chicken from the store is old. What we do is we put a lot of chemicals and seasoning on our food, so we can't taste the quality of the meat. We can't. You can taste the seasoning. When you sprinkling all this stuff and mixing it all on the meat, you ain't gonna taste the meat. You tasting the seasoning. The chicken at the store is old. And I'm gonna tell you how I know. Eat it the next day. Eat it the next day. When the freshness have wore off of it and the meat done had a chance to cool down, eat it the next day. That's when you'll taste it. You'll taste it then. I done try to eat it. You eat it while it's still hot. You can't really taste how old it is. But let that meat cool down and come back the next day and eat it and watch how it tastes. It's old. It's old. We just bought some meat. That's why I just ran out and got these chicken up here, because I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't want that nasty meat. I can't do it. Like I don't want it. It's just, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't do it. It's just not good. It don't taste right. This is after me being here though, eating like this, eating fresh chicken, fresh goat meat, fresh pig meat, fresh cow meat, beef. I've been eating all this stuff and phenomenal. Great stuff, y'all. I'm telling you. So I would advise you, if you haven't done it, if you live in an area that will allow you to, if you got the courage, because so many people can eat but can't harvest. And that's a problem, right? We've become so disconnected from our foods that we don't realize that it comes from a live being. You know, kids think food is just in the freezer. Like they don't understand that it was something walking around, not too long ago, that's providing you this state, little Johnny. You know, we talking about real food. We ain't talking about that stuff in the sections of the grocery store, that the processed food sections of the grocery store, which is pretty much the whole grocery store. The meat section is small, but the processed foods are big and long, like the breads, the fake breads, the fake meats, the hams, the lunch meats, the hot dogs, the sausages, all that fake stuff they got over there. Um, um, the instant potatoes, the instant this, the instant that, all them shelves and shelves full of that stuff. That ain't real food, guys. It's just been engineered in the laboratory to taste good to us. They put chemicals in it to make it taste good. Our bodies don't know how to process it, because when our bodies get it, they're like, what is this? That's why it's an obesity crisis in America, because people in America are eating good tasting chemicals, good tasting stuff that's not real, right? It just tastes really good. And it's lab created. Like now they have lab created meats. That scares me. They got meats created in labs now. Probably been had them, you know. That should scare us all. That really should. Because that means the animal never ate anything nutritious. It never intook anything nutritious. Like our animals graze grass, they stay in the sun, right? So they get naturally vitamin C, um, breathing fresh air, drinking fresh water, eating good foods, right? It's a happy animal. So the nutrition is being absorbed into the body. So when we process the meat, it has some type of nutrition in it, versus this stuff that they're growing just to put in our stomachs to taste good, because food is entertainment. Like in America, that's, food is not just for nutritional value, it's for entertainment. When we hook up as a family, what we eat, like, well, we just hooking up to eat. We ain't hooking up to see each other, we hooking up to eat. So my advice would be this: if you can, I know everybody can't do this, so when I say this, I make sure I say this loosely. Get your little small chicken tractor or something and grow you out about 5 of them. Butcher them out. Get the feathers off of them. Let them get past the rigor mortis stage. Put them in your freezer and eat them. And I guarantee they're gonna taste right. They gonna taste. They'll be the best chicken you done had. They'll be the best chicken you done had. For real. Yep. Just make sure you do it right. When you butcher it, you can eat it before 2 hours. So you can kill it right now and eat it. It's fine. But if it gets 2 hours, the rigor mortis have started setting in. So now you have to wait 48 hours for it to come out of rigor mortis. You do not want to try to freeze that meat or eat that meat while it's in rigor, because it's going to be tough. Let it come out of rigor right at 48 hours. So you put it in a cool water bath. You give it cool water bath. Come out the next day, pull the water off, put some more cool water on. Let it sit in the cool water for 48 hours. Don't freeze the meat. Let it sit in good cold water for 48 hours so it start being able to come out of rigor mortis. When it come out of rigor mortis, then freeze it. But do not freeze it when it's in rigor, because it's going to be tough and you ain't going to like it. I did it before, so trust. All right. All right, man. This is Larry. I'm out, man. Y'all gone. I'm about to roll. I got to get up here and get on my animals. But I appreciate all y'all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, everything. Just being a part of the experience with me, because it's an experience for me too. Y'all be blessed. I'm about to go get busy. I'm going to talk to y'all in a minute. Peace.